All right, it is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. I'm down $268 on the day. I'm going to go over the trades I took, why I lost money, and the price action, which was absolutely horrible. It's not my fault I lost. It's the price action. No, it's kind of my fault. I'll explain why. So, first of all, coming into the day, I was bearish actually on the day just because even though I saw we were kind of reacting off of this value area low and daily profile value area low, I figured, honestly, this move, this giant 1,000-point ripper is not getting defended. So I thought we were just going to kind of continue down today and honestly maybe even reclaim this low by the end of the week, but it didn't really end up happening. We got below this low, and I was looking for shorts. Let's go forward a little bit here. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. So here, I was expecting price to go lower after we came up here, and kind of push through this low, and that's what happened. This external low here. So I was not looking for any trades here until we kind of pushed through this low. And once we pushed through this low, I was looking for basically a pullback into this area. So we had a lot of really good stuff here. We have this low volume node was the one I was looking at getting hit. We have the value area low of the 7-day and of the daily profile, and we have the value area high of this impulse move down. So this was a really, really great area for price to basically get a retrace into. And right here, we do get a good retrace. And I was looking at the tape. I'm going to put it in 1x speed. I was looking at the tape here after I see there is an aggressive seller who enters here. And when I saw this aggressive seller enter, I'm going to go a little bit faster. When I saw this aggressive seller enter, I was looking at the tape and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the move down. And you can see that the tape will start to speed up here and it starts to go above right there. So at this point, I actually could have taken this short, and this is the short I wanted to take was something similar to this in this area. But I could have taken this short and put my stop loss at value area high here, because realistically I wanted to see this low volume node get hit, but I didn't end up taking this because the low volume node just didn't get hit. And this plays out super, super nicely. Yeah, right here. So once the tape speeds up, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be the move. And it was the move. And yeah, I didn't take this. That was my decision to make, unfortunately. Would have been a really great, very, very clear trade, very easy trade. I think shorts from here are like super, super good. But anyway, unfortunately did not take that. And then the rest of the session, that's pretty much the best opportunity in the session. I took some trades later on that were decent. I think they were pretty good actually. But after that, after this low gets taken out and we put in this big candle here, I was thinking, okay, probably going to reverse off of this because all of a sudden buyers were getting super aggressive. And eventually I did end up taking shorts, and it was off of, so here I was actually looking at longs because after we basically retraced, like we got some breakouts here of this range and we have an absorbed seller. I was actually looking at longs here off of this impulse candle, 10K volume. Like this was a lot of volume. This was even more than market open. So I was looking for longs off of this, and right here, I was really looking for longs because this is a decent setup, right? Yeah, super good setup. I was looking at longs here. I don't think I didn't get like an aggressive buy or anything. We ended up just ripping straight down actually, and then after this, I saw this candle. I was like, okay, this is a candle where I could definitely take some trades off of. Good impulse here. We've got low volume nodes all over the place. And this chops around a little, but this actually provides me with an A+ setup, or not A+, I guess, but an A setup right here. So there was a buyer who got absorbed here. Now, my mistake here with this trade, this was a good trade. I entered on this seller right here. And my stop was literally so tight. Like this was my stop right here. What I should have done is, and I had marked off, where is it at? There's a low volume node in here somewhere. I think it was right here. This little low volume node here, I actually should have put my stop above it right here. And normally for this system, I am putting my stop either above a low volume node or above a high volume like area, which would be right here. Or above value area high. This is an area where I should put my stop. I actually didn't. I kept my stop super tight. It was like right here. And then I do end up getting stopped out right there. Again, if I had put my stop above this low volume node, this trade would have played out super nicely. Right here, we get a huge move down. Now, so after this got stopped out, I re-entered right here. And obviously a lot worse risk reward, but I thought it was still worth taking because this is like an A setup for me. Like we have a really clean impulse, low volume node, clear absorption, and then aggressive seller. Went in here with this position, moved my stop to break even here once we got this move down, and I got stopped at break even right there. Unfortunate. But totally fine. Even though my stop was probably too tight on this trade, this was still a really great trade to take. Like I definitely take this all day. And then after this, I'm just going to go 100x speed. This, I was looking for other setups, but, I mean, price is just, this is horrible. I thought up until about 750, price action was looking really good. But it was once we made this move down, it was actually more like around 809 here. Like when we made this move down, it didn't really make any sense that we'd be bearish now because bearish here makes sense. Bearish up till 750, this makes sense. And then once we kind of reversed here and we retrace, if this was a retrace, it'd be a really deep retrace. Doesn't really make sense to be bearish here anymore. Because there's just no, and then we get some crazy volume coming to the market here. Yeah, so then I saw this. I was actually trying to trade this candle, but it's pretty much untradeable. No setup there, unfortunately. And then the only other thing I saw, which I technically could have taken, is there was an external high up here. Right here. And there was a momentum trade up to this high, which I didn't end up taking because, the way price is moving right now is so bad. Where's the momentum trade? It's coming up, I think, here. Or did it already happen? No, it did not. Oh, yeah, so I think it actually already happened. So at this point, I had moved my contract size to 80 because we were having lower volume. And I think it's going to show up here soon. I was looking for other setups. One of the setups I was actually considering was right here. When we got below, we had this wick below these lows, like right here. I saw these lows, when we had this wick below these lows, if there had been absorption on this wick, like if there had been actual aggressive participants here, I actually would have taken this as a long, just up to this high. It would have been a really low time frame trade. Would have been pretty decent. Where is this momentum trade? Okay, here it is. This is it coming up. So I saw these, I was looking basically at this. Yeah, so right here, so I could have entered this here. So I saw these two sellers get absorbed. I actually could have, this would have been an insane entry actually. Even though this trade's risk factor is not that good. Could have entered here, taken it up to this external high. That was kind of my idea. But I didn't end up taking it because it was just not very clear of a setup, and it was just the way price was moving is just not really that good. Like I didn't think at this point I should stay on here or look for more trades because this is just really bad price movement. It's really, really hard to trade this. And I still wish I had taken this short at the start of the session, honestly. I'm kind of mad. But yeah, this trade would have played out. And after this high was taken, I basically called it for the day. Because I wasn't... I mean, like, there were kind of setups forming, but there was nothing that was any good. I think this short was good that I took. But unfortunately, it just didn't play out like I wanted to. Again, my stop was too tight on this the first time I took it. Either way, it's a decent setup. This was a good setup too. We just didn't quite get high enough on the curve. So that's it. Down 268 on the day. And yeah, pretty horrible price action here. So that's going to do it for today though.